Hello and welcome back to my channel yet again. Part 1 of this video was my peppermint candy macaron, and this part is going to go over how to make a gingerbread latte macaron. The reason this came into being is because as a child I never actually had gingerbread. Like, we as a family never made gingerbread men cookies, we never had any sort of gingerbread anything. So this year at school, in our cafeteria, they had a gingerbread latte, which I was like, wow, Christmas stuff, might as well try it out. And I absolutely loved it. It had a nice gingery taste, it was nice and spicy, it had the nice milkiness and coffee. I love coffee. So I decided, put those three things together, the milkiness, the coffee, the gingerbread spices, and I've got a perfect macaron. So without further ado, let's take a look at this video and learn how to make gingerbread latte macarons. So like always, before you start, you want to collect your ingredients. The ingredients are listed below in the description. You can also check out my Instructables, where I'm going to post step-by-step instructions on how to make this. There's no guarantees that it'll come out on Monday, so it might be a little rushed, so you might just want to look in the description below and also just use this video if you're going to make this for Christmas. But yeah, so to begin, you're going to first mix together your dry ingredients. So the dry ingredients, of course, are the almond meal, the powdered sugar, and the salt. Also, we're going to have to mix together our our gingerbread spice mix, which I, in this video, didn't do until later, so I'll go over that later. So for now, just put these three things together and mix it until it's nice and well combined. When you're done with that, go ahead, set that aside, and now we're going to deal with our eggs. So we want to separate our whites and our yolks, and we only want the whites. So put the whites into your stand mixer bowl along with your your superfine sugar, and then just mix that with the whisk attachment until it's nice and fluffy and holds stiff peaks. And you want to do this on a medium-high speed. So while that's mixing, I went ahead and prepared our pumpkin, I keep saying pumpkin spice. I went ahead and prepared our gingerbread spice mix, which is a combination of our ginger powder, our cinnamon, ground cinnamon, and our ground nutmeg, and our allspice. So those are going to be, the exact amounts of those are listed in the description below. Mix those four things together and you've got a nice gingerbread flavor. Once you've got that gingerbread spice all put together, go ahead, take a teaspoon, put that into your egg white mixture, then also sift in all of your dry ingredients until it's all in there. And then go ahead, take your instant coffee, and instant coffee sometimes has like little clumps and bits, so just take it, put it in a bowl, and just crush it or something with a spoon until it's nice and powdery. It doesn't have to be totally powdery, because it's nice sometimes to have just little chunks of it in your macaron. It does get hydrated while it's baking, and it turns into like a nice kind of sort of chocolate chippy consistency, and it's nice to just have some of that in there. It gives the macaron a really like coffee pop when you like bite into one, and it's nice. So just go ahead, put that into your batter also. And at this point I thought, it's probably not dark enough, so I also added a teaspoon of cocoa powder into there just for the color. And then just fold it all together like always until you get a nice smooth consistency that sort of clumps and gloops when you lift it out of the bowl. It shouldn't ribbon nicely. If it does that, then you've overmixed. Now just fill that all into a piping bag fitted with a nice round tip and pipe it onto a baking sheet with parchment paper or silicone mats. And once that's all done, tap your sheets on a counter a couple times just to get the air bubbles out, and then now let it sit on the counter for 30 or more minutes. But since it's winter and it's humid, it might need to sit much longer than that. It's probably a good idea to use a fan and blow the air over your macarons to let it dry quicker. Once your macarons are all nice and dried out, go ahead and pop them into an oven at 300 to 305 degrees Fahrenheit. Bake that for 18 to 20 minutes or until it lifts just almost cleanly off of your pan. Pull that out and let that cool completely before you fill it. Now for the filling, we're just gonna make a gingerbread buttercream. So for this, all you need to do is take your butter, put it into a stand mixer, and mix until it's nice and fluffy. Then go ahead, sift in your sugar and mix on low speed until it's well and combined. Then add your vanilla extract and, if necessary, your heavy cream until it's nice and smooth. Then in a little cup, I used a shot glass for this because you have very, very little stuff you need to mix together. Go ahead, put your instant coffee in there along with another teaspoon of your gingerbread spice and just enough heavy cream to be able to dissolve that all together. You don't want to put too much because you already put a lot into there. So just a tiny bit, then mix it together and pour that also into your stand mixer and let it mix until it's well combined. Or you can hand mix too. Just a note, your buttercream should be a much lighter color than your actual macarons, so it gives it sort of a nice color contrast. When your macarons have cooled and your buttercream is done, fill your buttercream into a piping bag fitted with a similar tip from before. Pipe it into little rounds on your macaron, sandwich 2 cookies together, and there you have it, a nice, delicious gingerbread latte macaron. These are absolutely delicious. Gingerbread latte is like my new favorite thing after this year. It has a nice blend of like Christmas spices with the like pop of the ginger, and because there's also coffee and there's also milk in there to like even it all out, it's just a great delicious combination, and 10 out of 10 would recommend this one. If you like gingerbread spice, you can always use as much of it as you want in here. Of course, don't overload it, but it's great. And yeah, so if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, visit me on Instructables, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, anything, I'm on there. And yeah, so this is part 2 of the video. Part 3 should be coming out in a few minutes. Hopefully, no guarantees. But, yeah, so I hope y'all have a happy holiday, and I shall see you in a few minutes. Goodbye!